life is uncertain. Life has many risks. And an actuary typically comes in to quantify the financial impact of that risk.
As a principal actuary here at Zamara, my day can be very varied. I tend to have days that include a lot of travel to and from clients, in the country, out of the country. Typically, my day looks like reviewing work, doing business development, meeting with clients, explaining results to them. But I think one of the questions you probably would wonder is, what does an actuary really do, right?
An actuary is somebody who knows how to put numbers to risk, right? So traditionally this looks like, maybe pricing a pension benefits or pricing an insurance product, because those are conventional risks. But they know how to do that while considering who are the different stakeholders at play, right? So if you're talking about health insurance, for example, what that looks like is, say, what is the value of this health insurance risk? And who else do we need to consider?
Over the last 30 years, the actual business has since grown from offering just sort of pensions, actuarial support when it started out, to now where we now offer a variety of services that include actuarial support within the pensions space, within the life insurance space, the general insurance space, the healthcare space. We also offer investment consulting, advisory, as well as analytics support.
One of the most important things we've seen is making sure we do thorough analysis into the countries we're entering into, analyzing the products we want to offer into that country, as well as selecting a local partner. At Zamara, we really believe in partnerships, and we feel that partnerships help us thrive, and we always look for win-win situations. What we've recognized is within our continent, or even globally, each country is very different to its neighbor, and therefore partnering with a local entity helps us, get that localization, helps us tailor our products to suit the market needs.
I really care about my team being the best version of themselves, both in terms of the work that they're doing and in terms of how they interact with the world outside of the office, right? So I like to take people as their whole selves and, help them understand, okay, what are your values and how is the work that you're doing aligning with your values and the way that you're living your life. So I do these things where I do monthly check-ins with my team members to see, okay, these are the different areas of your life, how have you been progressing, and how are you working to become the kind of person that you'd set out to be.
I think we have two key strategic initiatives that have been our most successful. The first one being starting our pension fund administration business. At Zamara, our core is powering prosperity, and our aim is to create a financially secure and prosperous society. If you look at today, Zamara has been the pillar stone of the growth of the pension industry in Kenya, which has really stayed true to our ethos of creating that financially secure and prosperous society. But along with that, I also feel our expansion into the UAE market has been quite a successive initiative. It has really taken us from a Pan-African company to a really true African multinational.
For the last decade or so, we've seen our population become a lot more savvy with regards to technology. There's a lot of demand for convenience. There's a lot of demand for additional information that is also even more real-time, even most especially within the space that we play in, which is the financial services space.
Zamara has really created that kind of environment for me to think outside the box, which has allowed me to kind of do some of the more disruptive, very non-traditional actuarial kind of things, and pave a way in where there was no kind of way before. And so I think fundamentally that's probably why I've been here for 7 years.
Customer experience is actually the cornerstone of any initiative, of any company initiative. And even as we embarked on our digital transformation program, we were very keen to relook and revamp our customer experience strategy. We were able to come up with a slogan that drives our teams as we go about serving our customers. That in a nutshell is delivering a peace of mind to our customers by listening, delivering, and caring.
So one of the unique challenges we've had in our recent expansion projects is entry into the markets in Democratic Republic of Congo and the United Arab Emirates. One of the key challenges we faced there was not only were the markets slightly different to the other markets we've been in, we also faced language barriers entering those markets. So in the DRC, very heavily French speaking, and in the UAE, very heavily Arabic speaking. So to overcome those challenges, we made sure we looked for CEOs that fit the Zamara way, but were also able to speak French for the DRC and Arabic for the UAE and the wider GCC market. Along with that, what we also found as a challenge was trying to create a one Zamara feel across all our entities. And one of the ways we've overcome that is by ensuring we have constant cross-functional transfers to all the countries that we operate in, be it Rwanda, be it Nigeria, be it DRC, be it UAE. The best thing that we have found that's worked for us is sending staff on secondment from our Kenya office into the regional offices to help and bring that one Zamara feel.
In my second year working at Zamara, I did the hardest project that I've ever done, and I think that I ever will do, because I felt I didn't have the technical backing. It was a difficult project. Everyone was running away from it. I didn't even start out on that project team. I just ended up being the one who became the kind of the project lead, which was dealing with farmers across arid and semi-arid lands across Kenya. And that was a difficult project. It meant going out to do surveys in these different 8 regions. It meant being able to kind of learn so much so quickly around agriculture and how it's done. And we're working with external partners, but even just that project management element was very tricky, managing all the stakeholders, especially when you're young. And so when I finished that project, like the sense of relief and the accomplishment of having done such a difficult thing and done it at such a high standard was something that, you know, it's created so much room for me to be motivated to do other difficult things.
I think one of the key highlights from a Zamara perspective is we've really supported, we've been instrumental in terms of enacting or operationalizing a lot of the regulations that have come through. And especially from an actuarial best practice perspective, we've actually worked along with the industry in Kenya in terms of implementing actuarial best practice over the last 10 years. As a result of that, in fact, Kenya is now the leading light within the region and in Africa with regards to best practice from an insurance perspective. From a pensions perspective also, we have also through our leaders within Zamara, we've been instrumental in terms of the reforms that have come through within the pension space. That has led to Kenya becoming, one of the countries in the region with a very formalized and established occupational pensions.
Balancing our core business strengths as well as innovation and diversification for our expansion plan is very crucial to sustainable growth. Our core business strengths in actuarial expertise, insurance broking, and pension fund administration are the core of our business, and those are the services that continue to grow. However, for us to remain relevant, we continue to innovate within that space. We continue to invest in our staff. We continue to invest in our staff education so that we continue to bring in more value-added services across each of our service lines. At Zamara, we know our core strengths. We also believe in our values of simplicity, empathy, and trust. And putting all of those together really makes us try and build a sustainable business for the future.
Clients expect us to be accessible and meet our promise, the promise that we give to them, which then means through the various touch points that we interact with them, that we are prompt and we are available to them on a real-time basis, and that's also something that we've really focused on.
Having a strong why is what has kind of helped me build the kind of career that I want, right? And having a strong why, what does that look like? It's like, why do I want to do the kind of work that I want to do? How does that align with the values? How does that align with the kind of version of myself I want to be and I'm becoming, right? So for anyone who's starting out their career or thinking about doing a career change, sit down and ask yourself why. Why is it that you want to do what it is that you want to do? And how does that align with the value systems you subscribe to?
For our clients and partners, without you and the confidence you've had in us, we would not have been able to grow to where we are today. The trust you've shown in Zamara has helped us expand into 8 countries over the last 30 years to give the value-added services that we started off giving in Kenya to the rest of the world. To our staff, we also would like to thank you. Without your dedicated support for both past and present staff, as well as future staff, it has been an honor working with you. The dedication that the staff has shown to Zamara has been unwavering and unbelievable. Without these people, Zamara would not be where it is today.
And even as you look at the next 30 years, I'm really looking at a much bigger Zamara with a Zamara that will continue growing with the people, with the staff that we have at Zamara, as well as the clients that we'll be looking at. And we are really hoping to celebrate another 30 years or more with Zamara.
Happy 30th anniversary.
Happy 30th anniversary.
Happy 30th anniversary to Zamara.